in the news of Jeffrey Epstein, 12 of his accusers are suing the FBI for failing to protect them. The firm that filed the complaint said the FBI has turned its back on survivor victims, and this lawsuit seeks to hold the FBI responsible for the failure to act when it absolutely should have. Now, the complaint alleges that tips, reports, and complaints about Epstein's activities were provided to the FBI from 1996 to 2006, but FBI documents show the agency didn't open a case until July 24th of 2006. So they waited quite a long time to do something about it. What are your thoughts, Al?
Hey, I agree. Listen, if you watch that documentary, you saw how the FBI definitely, Jeffrey Epstein had some deep-rooted connections, and they protected him for 10 years. For 10 years, they pushed those victims down and didn't listen to them, and in fact took over the investigation from the West Palm Beach police station. So I think this is a good thing, and they need to be held responsible, because had they responded to when this all started, then the hundreds of little girls that were affected and abused and traumatized, it wouldn't be.
Okay. All right. Aman, what do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree, because I just feel as though now we're in this era where everybody is going to get exposed. So from this Epstein to Diddy, law enforcement. So anybody that has anything to do with this kind of stuff, they're going to be getting exposed. And I believe, they should, because these people have too much money, and they're being able to infiltrate our justice system, our government, and it needs to end. It's scary, honestly, because it makes you feel as though like you have to cooperate with this kind of stuff or you won't be safe, So I think that this definitely needs to happen. It needs to be pulled off,
I feel like it's a dam that had a little crack in it, and we try to patch it up, but we need a whole new dam. We need a whole new system, because they're too embedded in the system. They've got people in high places, presidents, banks, the gatekeepers of everything, the CEOs of networks. So they are able to craft messaging. They're able to suppress news stories. They're able to hit kill switches on stories. These are all things y'all can look up. I know what I'm talking about, y'all. And what happens is, okay, we'll get rid of a Jeffrey Epstein, but he ends up dying in prison, right? Only because of his affiliations with his higher ups. I'm sure if we really knew the people that he's in bed with, or that he helped get in bed with young girls, it would blow our minds in all areas, and even in the church. Okay.
Can you imagine? Because he's on that golf course. He's with the head of FBI or Homeland Security. He's golfing with them at Mar-a-Lago. So he's kikiing, having fun with them, having drinks, sharing intimate stories. May have gotten hooked up once or twice. So when he comes across their desk, what do you do when a friend of yours that you just played 18 holes with and shared your secrets with? What do? You pass over it.
They're all friends, and they'll throw one to the wolves every once in a while, like a Jeffrey. But then behind Jeffrey, there's probably 1,000 people that are connected to that at least. And
it's a sick thing, because it's almost like this euphoric feeling of like power, like people are obsessed with power. And I just think that when you get attached to that energy, it doesn't matter, if you're supposed to be, the head of FBI or a head of a bank, right? You're gonna fall into that dark demonic energy, because it's a feeling that you get to have people, to have that much power. So I just think I think people fall victim to the money and the power, and it doesn't matter who you are, and so it's dangerous. It's scary.
It really is.